What is going on, Blurverse, and welcome back to For the Blur Show on the TheSilverSightNetwork. My name is RJ.
And I am the fly spider guy, Trigger Trey. What's up?
And today we're going to be reviewing Uncharted, which is now in theaters. Before we start, this is going to be a spoiler review. So if you have not seen Uncharted and you do not want anything spoiled for you, feel free to pause this video, go watch Uncharted, come back to this video and drop a comment down below and let us know what you thought about that. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. With that being said, let's get into it. So Trey, overall thoughts on Uncharted. What did you think?
Man, so honestly, I really enjoyed this movie. I played all the Uncharted games aside from that one random one that was with the girl. I don't remember what it was called, but I heard it was good. I just haven't played that one, but I really enjoyed it. It felt like the video game. It just had like the unrealistic scenarios that only Uncharted video games can have, and it had a cameo from the OG Nathan Drake himself, which I really enjoyed that too. So overall, I really enjoyed it. It was a fun movie.
Yeah, same for me. I feel like it was fun, and I think that's kind of what you have to go into this movie expecting. It's just like turn off your brain, National Treasure, Indiana Jones, kind of vibe. And I feel like a lot of people who didn't like this movie went into it expecting like a carbon copy of the latest Uncharted, and I see why people kind of had a problem with the casting of Tom Holland, but at the same time, I think that it's literally just a fun adventure, turn your brain off and just enjoy it. And that's what I did. I went to the movies and I enjoyed what I saw. It was fun. It was lighthearted. There was good comedy mixed in there, and it was a lot of action.
I agree. I thought the banter between Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg was really good because Mark Wahlberg, he just seems so old right now, and it's something about Mark Wahlberg that just seems very old. And then Tom Holland, who looks super young. We were talking about this a little bit earlier, but he looks so young. Put him right next to Mark Wahlberg, it just kind of meshes. So I'm waiting for Mark Wahlberg to come with the silver fox hair in the next one.
Size.
Exactly. So he can really embody that Sully-esque idea,
I agree. I think they were a good pairing. Mark Wahlberg has his issues, and that's for another video. But Mark Wahlberg does have his issues. But I will say that I feel like I really enjoyed the pairing of him and Tom Holland. I feel like they work well together and kind of like a buddy cop, whatever you want to call it, situation. I think that they definitely played well off of each other. So I guess let's talk about what we liked about the movie and what we didn't. For me, I really enjoyed the action sequences and the fight scenes in this movie. It was very, I don't know, it didn't really have me on the edge of my seat, but the pacing of the fighting was believable and it made it look like, not realistic in a sense, but the fight choreography to me for the universe that they created was well done.
I also really enjoyed the fight scenes. My favorite one was when they were in the auction house and Tom Holland is up like on the top floor or whatever. And like this spin move off the rail.
I
was like, that was dope. Like that was so dope. And then eventually he just ends up in the chandelier or whatnot. But I was like, that was like so clean. Like I don't know, that was the Spider-Man coming out right there because that was the swift move.
Crisp. It was like dancing Tom Holland mixed with Spider-Man mixed with like Nathan Drake. It was like all in one. That was a crisp ass move.
I also gotta say it was weird hearing Tom Holland cuss so much in this movie. It was weird because he doesn't really cuss in the Spider-Man movies.
At one point I was like, Thomas, watch your mouth.
Language, Cap would say.
Language, Thomas.
But yeah, I thought the action scenes were great. I liked the whole, like you said, National Treasure type vibe, the treasure hunt type vibe. It just fit the whole movie, and it just kind of gave it that video game feel. But I guess one thing I kind of disliked as well
Yeah.
was it didn't world build as much as the video games kind of do.
That's
You know,
fair.
like it
That's
puts you
fair.
in these different areas and whatnot, but it still like felt kind of rushed and pacing,
Yeah.
and it just didn't give you like the landscape of everything like I feel like the original games
Yeah.
kind of do, you know?
It almost felt like, I mean, that's what the games are, but it felt like get to one area, solve, get to the next one, solve, get to the next one, solve. And it
Mhm.
felt like they were just pushing them towards the climax of the film instead of them like finding their way there. It felt like, okay, now we need to do this, now we need to do that, now we need to do this. But
Mhm.
yeah, that's one thing I did. I noticed that I was like, okay, they're really just pushing towards the end of this film.
Mhm.
Um, one thing that I really enjoyed about this movie was Braddock, uh, Tati Gabriel. I love her and everything she's in, whether she's Prudence and Sabrina, whether she's playing Marianne and
That's where I saw
yeah,
her and Sabrina. I was like, this
Sabrina.
girl,
Yeah,
it
she's
looks so
everywhere, man.
familiar.
She's really making her rounds, and I really appreciate her as an actress because she always kills it every time. Like I never see her, I
Mhm.
always see the character she's playing.
Mhm. She did really good, and she was bad in this movie. She looked
Who,
fine.
who, who? Oh my god! Like you
I,
can't help but stare at her, no matter what scene she's in, whether
mhm.
she's standing there or not, whether the camera's focused on her, whether she's irised out. You're
Mhm.
focused on her. I don't know what it is about her, and it's like she has this weird hypnotizing way of like making you look at her.
Mhm. Honestly,
Yeah,
you know, I feel like they didn't give her enough screen time because she seemed
yeah,
like a very dope character. She
yeah,
had really dope moves, and she
yeah,
really only had like a quick mini fight scene at the auction that you didn't even see, and then she
yeah,
had a big fight scene with Mark Wahlberg, but it was kind of like cut away from
yeah,
to show what was happening with Nate and the other chick, and then she just got body slammed into some glass, you know.
yeah. Now he's slammed the hell out of her though. Like
Yeah, he
I
did.
was like,
He
damn,
did.
he slammed
And
the
then
hell
she
out of
got
her.
taken out so lame too.
Yeah.
She
Like
just
the
got
ship
kicked
fell
off
on her.
the,
I was hoping that she like would swim away or something like that, or like dive under. So I want to see her in Uncharted again.
you know, I feel like it's a possibility, but they really need to explain that because she didn't move.
Yeah,
She
she
didn't
really
move.
did it. Yeah, she probably
That
was like, "Yeah, I'm dead. There's a whole ship about to fall on me."
that shit punched her straight in the jaw. Like she if she wakes up,
Yeah. Oh, and the glass is going through like this.
you know,
That's gonna be the thumbnail. We're just gonna be like,
oh god, like
she's
yeah, oh, and when the first big bodyguard dude got taken out, I thought that was
yeah,
hilarious. He just fell off
yeah,
the ship and boom, gets taken out by a rock. Like
right into the rock. Like I was like, "Oh, I know his back gone. His
uh-huh.
back gone."
And the other dude taken out by a cannon. Like,
You know what? It was crazy. Like it's like they wait till they got to the end to do all this unrealistic, crazy shit.
mhm.
That it just it. If you had watched the beginning of that movie, you would have never thought it would have ended with two helicopters flying two ships out of a cave. It was
Honestly, and I
wild,
feel
bro.
like that was the part that was unbelievable to me. Even
Yeah.
as they're dangling out of this plane,
Hmm.
jumping across this cargo, I was like, "That's dope. That's cool. That's believable."
Yeah.
But then they have these like weird helicopters that just lit.
Yeah.
Like, is
Like
that how we move shipwrecks?
that looked like
Like,
they're
is
from
that
James
for
Cameron's
real? Because
Avatar.
if
Yeah.
that's real, that's kind of dope.
I want to know, like, is that how to get them out? Because I also felt like that wood has got to be rotted by now. Like how the ship strong enough to lit? Like it just didn't. You know, I mean, we know it's a
That's what
movie,
I
y'all.
was.
Don't think we have this unrealistic expectations for movies. We know it's a damn movie,
Mhm.
but still, our human brains can't help but think, like, can they really do that?
Like, what is real factual in this? Like
Yeah,
When Tom found the ships, he jumped up to the ladder or whatever. I was like,
yeah,
that ladder's gonna just break and he's gonna fall on his ass, and it's gonna be a funny moment. It didn't
yeah.
happen. I was like,
No,
they missed a
yeah,
hilarious moment that they could have
they really
capitalized
did. So one thing that I kind of I don't know if I liked it or I didn't like it, but it was really predictable that Mark Wahlberg's character Sully was the reason for Nate's brother's, quote unquote death.
Mm-hmm.
I felt that coming as soon as he approached him and then said something about his brother. I was like, oh, he either killed his brother or he's the reason his brother's dead. Like I saw that coming from a mile away.
Mm. I feel like in the next movie they're gonna kind of make it to where he wasn't like responsible, but he could have stopped it in
Yeah,
a sense. Like, cause this is a spoiler review. Y'all seen the
yeah,
end credit scene. Sam is
yeah.
still he's in a prison
He's
somewhere.
there. Yeah,
I feel like Sully knows that
yeah,
he's still alive, but he
yeah.
was trying to protect Nate in some sort of
Hmm.
way because
Yeah.
Sam is a piece of shit. Like, I feel like that's what he was trying to do. But even still in like his own selfish way,
Yeah.
kind of do that,
I think that what it went in the next movie, I feel like there's gonna be tension between the brother and Sully. I feel like we're gonna
Mm,
get the truth. I really hope first of all, I hope they make another movie. But I feel like there's gonna be a lot of tension between those two. And I think something's gonna come out and there's gonna come out that Victor Sullivan or Sully is
mhm,
hiding more than what he told him before. Because that explanation was really simple. Like, oh yeah, they were shooting at him, so I had to leave. I feel like there's more. I feel like he could have saved him and he
mhm,
chose not to. So I think that's gonna add another element, another layer onto Tom Holland's character. Because you can't trust any of these people. Chloe, I was hurt, man. I was hurt when she betrayed Nate and she knocked him out. I
Oh,
was hurt. I
pistol
didn't see
whipped
that
him?
coming.
I was like, come on,
Yeah,
man.
I was hurt. I couldn't believe
I
it.
just thought conspiracy theory. Uh
Mhm.
maybe maybe Sully knew that Sam didn't die, but he
Mm.
saw Sam working with um oh girl, and he was like,
Mm.
oh, so and this started like his trust issues of everyone.
Yeah.
This
Okay.
made him so untrustworthy of everyone because he saw that and he was like, oh, this is the double cross. And now he's like,
Mm.
your brother's dead, so don't even
Okay.
worry about him. So
Yeah.
maybe that could be something also. That could be interesting if they
Okay.
go into this.
Okay. So Trey's available to write Uncharted 2, everybody. So
Hire me,
hit
PlayStation.
him up. Hashtag hire Trey. But yeah, I don't know. I like the movie. I think overall it was a fun time. There were little things that I just would kind of like rub me the wrong way, but not enough to make me dislike this movie. Is it something that I'll watch again? Probably not. Only because it's not really a movie with a lot of replay value. That I doubt there are a lot of Easter eggs and things like that. And like I said, this movie hasn't gotten a lot of positive buzz
Right.
online. But I'm good with what I saw. I don't feel like I wasted my time.
I agree. I feel like the only real like big dislike I have about this movie is Mark Wahlberg's portrayal of Sully wasn't as silver foxy as I
Yeah,
wanted it to be. Like he wasn't
yeah,
as suave as Sully
yeah,
in the games, but that's really just nitpicking. I
yeah.
really just had a
I
fun
don't. I don't
time
think Mark
watching.
Wahlberg can pull that off.
Yeah. And you need to give him like the silver hair too. You gotta
Yeah,
have him like he looks like Sully. I feel like he
yeah.
looks like a good Sully, but
He
he
was like a
doesn't have
younger,
yeah.
not younger, but well, okay, because I did see someone say that they had to look at this as like an origin story, and
Mhm,
that's why Tom Holland's character is so young, and that's
mhm.
why Sully's not silver foxed out yet. Is because this is the beginning of everything, and that's why everybody's so young. And I think eventually hopefully he'll grow into the looks of, Nate. There goes the looks of Nate and Sully, because that's something that I did see when I was kind of reading what people had a problem with.
You know what? Thinking about it now, in the
Yeah,
first game, it starts off already into their relationship, and then I think in Uncharted 3 is when you finally get a flashback and you see
yeah,
Sully like young and has
yeah,
no grays. So
yeah.
I guess this is kind of the start of it. So yeah,
Yeah,
that's a good look
I,
at it.
I
Also.
I think this has the potential to be a franchise. I think it got off on the wrong foot with Star. I think they set Not unrealistic. I think they set the wrong expectations. It should have been
Mhm.
marketed as an origin story. It should have been marketed as, okay, this is going to be a franchise. They'll grow into, the Uncharted universe, but this is just your introduction. And I think
Mhm.
people wouldn't have such a problem with it.
I think also
Yeah,
this is the start of more PlayStation game movies, movies
yeah,
based off video games, because the intro to it had God of
yeah. The
War,
characters, yeah, Kratos,
Horizon, like
yeah,
all of that. So I think it's like going to be a big start of their live action movie.
universe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which I'm
I
totally
mean,
down
look at
for.
Sonic. I think in this day and age, video game movies, are going to get better. I don't think this
Mhm.
was bad at all. I enjoyed it. So on a scale of, I guess, A through F, what would you give Uncharted?
I'm gonna give Uncharted. I'm gonna give it a B minus.
Okay, fair enough. I'll give it a C plus or very low B minus. Like I said, we pretty much said how we feel about it, so I think yours is fair. I would just kind of go down and up instead of going. I would rather go from down to up than up to down with my
Mhm.
rating, because I just feel like it could have been better if the expectations were set. But yeah, so I guess those are our thoughts on Uncharted. Trey, where can we find you at, man?
You guys can find me on Twitch, Instagram, and TikTok at the Fly Spider Guy. That's right, y'all. I changed my handle. It's the Fly Spider Guy now. We just changing a little bit, but you can get me on there and also check out my t-shirt shop, triggertratees.com. And that's trigger with an A, not an ER. Because you got to be with the culture.
There you go. And you can find me at the Silver Site on the Silver Site on most social media platforms. If you don't find the Silver Site, just put an underscore after it, and that's probably me too. And make sure you follow us on all social media platforms at For the Blurcher. With that being said, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget to like, share, and most importantly, subscribe. Later days, Blurverse.
Blurred is bomb.
Oh, Blur's mine. Yeah. Yeah.